Hi everyone, thank you for joining us for Wow Me Wednesday. Today we are privileged enough to have this guy here, Ryan Dziadosz, who is the president of Takapa Media. And they're an advertising agency based in Modesto, but with clients all over the country. And he has so much insight and experience on shooting commercials, intro videos for clients. And so I thought he would be able to provide some good insight for all of you if you're looking to do a video to promote your business, whether on your website or as a commercial. So thank you so much, Ryan, for being here with us.
You're welcome, Jessica. Thank you. It's an honor to be here.
Thanks. So let's start out with, why is it beneficial for my audience to actually use a professional advertising agency or production company for their intro video or commercial versus just using their iPhone like many of us do?
Right, great question. So what I always try to tell people is you really should think about this product as an investment. So this video is an investment in your business, right? You want it to look the best it can. You want somebody to bounce ideas off of. If a professional can have things like animation or they can show the processes of your business, right? And so what I boil it down to sometimes is a plumber, okay? Not related business, but let's say you have a leak in your office in the sink, right? And let's say you're even handy and I'm just gonna fix it myself and save money, right? Mm-hmm. You think it's gonna take about an hour or whatever. You get into it and you think, oh, I don't have this tool, I need this part. So suddenly it starts to take 2 or 3 hours and you're frustrated and all that kind of good stuff. So at the end of the day, when you think about it, it's like, was that the best use of my time? Let's say you're a lawyer and man, you could have been using that for billable hours. So was that the best use of your time to fix that leak in the sink? Probably not. So video is the same thing. Is it the best use of your time to worry about lighting and camera and filming on your phone and editing
audio
and all that kind of
how
stuff?
You look, right.
So really think about it as an investment.
Right. Yeah, really good point. I know that many of you have different budget sizes, so if you did shoot this on your own, on your iPhone, like I often do with my Wow Me Wednesday videos, it's just you basically on camera. No edits, you can't do the animation, you can't do the B-roll, which is the video of things going on around your business to demonstrate what you do. So there's more options when it comes to using a professional production company or advertising agency. You mentioned audio and lighting. What are some tips for people to keep in mind, whether they're shooting their own video or whether working with someone like you?
Right, so if you absolutely have to shoot an iPhone, and that's what we're doing now, and there's nothing wrong with that, then at least make sure you have some sort of lighting and you have some sort of audio, right? Because if you probably can't tell, or maybe you can, that Jessica has a light above her phone, which helps. It's just gonna help light you better. Yes. It's gonna help look more professional. Something that even the best amateurs, and I've seen amateurs put together great video and they've done a lot of YouTube seminars, so they know how to do even a little bit of animation, all that kind of good stuff. And usually what they will still miss is sound. Mm-hmm. Sound is really important. So if you can have some sort of mic that goes into your phone, or some sort of mic that's on the floor, or somebody's holding a mic, really think of sound, because that a lot of times will differentiate between amateur and professional video.
Right. And if you don't have good sound, then the good video might not even make a difference.
Exactly.
The sound, bad sound can distract your audience and make them turn your video off.
Very much so.
When it comes to content or what clients have to say about their businesses, what do you recommend from the other side of the camera?
Right.
What are the types of clients that you like to work with?
Right, okay, so I'm gonna cheat a little bit, and I'm just gonna say we can work with any client, and that's because, and I'll tell you why, okay? So first of all, you wanna get a professional because they should be able to have a good dialogue with you. And I always like to show the business that the people are in, right? So if let's go back to the plumber example. If they're a plumber, maybe it's Joe's Plumbing, right? And we want Joe to be on camera at the very first to say, I'm Joe and I started Joe's Plumbing in 1976, right? But then we want to show us plumbers in action. We want to show the van going down the street. Even with something that's more office-based, a lawyer, okay? Mm-hmm. We want to show them looking through law books and being on the computer, researching things. The office, maybe that you've got a receptionist and they're taking a call. So all those type of things you want to show the business to people. Talking heads are great, however, they're not showing the business, so try to get that in there.
Mm-hmm. You're able to convey you in action,
Right.
you in your element to
Exactly.
demonstrate why you're the right person for that job, for your own client.
Exactly, and why I said we can talk with anybody. So another thing that's very important is to tell the company that you're working with if you're not comfortable on camera, or if you like certain things or don't like certain things. You know, don't get railroaded. If they say, no, we really need to talk to you and we have to have you on camera the whole time, and you're just not comfortable on camera, make sure they know that. Don't say okay and go along with it at the last minute, then say, ooh, I really shouldn't have been on camera.
Right.
So
Be upfront about it.
be upfront about it.
Yeah, and so companies like yours, you can help brainstorm and come up with these
Exactly.
ideas, right?
We've got a company here in town, great company. The guy wasn't comfortable on camera. And so we basically just showed all the things that this company does. It's a cleaning company, all the different kinds of cleaning. We had somebody else do the voiceover. We threw in some animation, and it's a great way to showcase this business.
Got it. Nice. How about when it comes to simple, well, maybe not so simple, but our appearance on camera? What do you think is the best thing to do, or kinds of clothes and colors to wear? I get that question here and there.
Okay, so we have great cameras nowadays. The iPhone is a great camera. We shoot with a 4K camera. It's a great camera. They still don't work as great as the human eye, okay? So wear solid colors, or I'm wearing a very simple box pattern. Keep it, if you have to wear a pattern, wear something very simple. Stay away from checks, houndstooth, busy patterns, because it will throw the camera off. Even with the great technology we have, it'll throw the camera off. Solid's better. If you're Hank's Hawaiian shirts and you want to wear a Hawaiian shirt, that's great, but make sure bigger, simple colors, things like that.
Right, right. And what I always recommend, and many of you have heard me say, is the solid jewel tone. So Ryan is a great demonstration. This nice blue, I'm wearing a blue too, some reds, emerald greens. So think about that and what works well with your skin tone. And how about for people who come in thinking, okay, I'm confident, I can just wing it. I can just stand in front of the camera, whether it be an iPhone or with a professional HD camera, and just talk about my business. Because I do it every day.
Right.
Do you face those people a lot?
I do. And one of my least favorite phrases in the English language is, I'm just gonna wing it. I don't care for that. I like people to be well rehearsed. And it doesn't mean that you have to spend 8 hours rehearsing your speech, but go through it once, a couple times. It might be, all you have to spend is a half an hour. Even people who are good on camera, like yourself, past reporter, even then people should still practice. For instance, I practiced this because we ran over some questions in my bathrobe in my home office this morning. I really did, because I wanted to be able to make sure I knew what to say.
Exactly. And what you have in writing oftentimes sounds different when you're saying it out loud.
Exactly.
So even if you are working with a professional, practice it on your camera phone.
Right.
Watch yourself, listen and see yourself in action, and see if it makes sense. Is it conversational? And that's where a professional, you can bounce ideas off of to make sure that you do sound conversational and approachable. So thanks so much, Ryan. Your tips, your experience are so valuable for us. I appreciate your time.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Thanks, everyone, and we'll see you next Wednesday.